Architectural Digest steps behind the supernatural curtain to join production designer Chris Trujillo on an exclusive journey through the world of Stranger Things Season 5, where every shadow, texture, and detail has been crafted with near-obsessive authenticity. This rare tour pulls viewers deep into the heart of Hawkins and beyond, revealing how some of the show's most iconic spaces were rebuilt, reimagined, and revitalized for the final season. What emerges is a stunning portrait of creativity, one where nostalgia, storytelling, and craftsmanship merge to form environments that feel both eerily familiar and profoundly alive. Trujillo begins by guiding us into the Wheeler House basement, a place longtime fans know well. The moment the camera enters, that unmistakable 1980 seconds warmth washes over you. Wood-paneled walls, mismatched furniture, glowing lamps, old board games stacked neatly on shelves, and the timeless messiness that only a group of adventurous kids can create. The basement has always been more than a set. It's a sanctuary where friendships were forged, strategies were planned, and supernatural threats were pieced together under flickering lights. Trujillo explains that recreating this space for Season 5 involved revisiting every photograph, every prop, and every memory from earlier seasons. The result is a perfect time capsule, a place that feels as though Mike, Will, Lucas, Dustin, and Eleven have just stepped out for a moment and could return at any time. From there, the tour shifts into Hopper's cabin, rebuilt with painstaking precision to match its earlier incarnations while integrating subtle evolutions that reflect the characters' emotional journeys. The cabin sits in the woods, rugged and isolated, yet filled with an unexpected warmth, a kind of warmth and comfort that has become synonymous with the show's heart. Trujillo notes how every object in the cabin has a history: coffee mugs, hunting gear, old records, half-burned candles, and the little touches that reveal Hopper's growth as both a protector and father figure. Even the textures of the wooden beams, deliberately aged and distressed by the art department, help tell a story of survival, struggle, and quiet resilience. This is the cabin where Eleven learned about family, where battles were fought, and where silence could be just as powerful as action.
Season 5 brings new intensity to familiar spaces, and Trujillo's team has elevated every detail to reflect the show's darker, more expansive narrative. The production design doesn't just support the story, it amplifies its emotional gravity. Every environment is built with deep respect for the show's history, while carefully pushing its boundaries. The attention to 1980s Americana remains central. Textured wallpapers, rotary phones, retro televisions, vintage cereal boxes, CRT monitors, fluorescent-lit kitchens, and old-school radios all contribute to a world that feels lived in, relatable, and hauntingly nostalgic. What makes Stranger Things unique is how its sets never appear staged. They look like places where real people have lived their entire lives. One of the most impressive aspects of the tour is seeing how the art department reconstructs the look and feel of a specific decade. Trujillo explains that authenticity isn't about simply collecting old objects. It's about building an atmosphere. The way light bounces off old linoleum floors, the soft hum of a fan in a quiet room, the muted color palette of 1980s suburban life, these elements come together to create an environment that feels emotionally true. Set decoration teams spent months sourcing vintage items from antique stores, private collectors, estate sales, and long-forgotten storerooms. Every drawer contains period-accurate objects, even if they never appear on camera. That level of commitment ensures that actors can fully immerse themselves in the world, enhancing the performances that fans cherish. As the tour continues, viewers catch glimpses of new Season 5 locations still under wraps, their unfinished forms hinting at mysteries yet to unfold. Trujillo emphasizes that the world of Stranger Things is evolving, expanding beyond Hawkins, while remaining anchored in the small-town charm that defined the early seasons. The design philosophy blends realism with subtle surrealism, allowing ordinary suburban spaces to transform into battlegrounds between worlds. This duality, comfort versus terror, familiarity versus the unknown, is the visual heartbeat of the show. The production designer also shares insights into the emotional impact of recreating sets that fans have loved for nearly a decade. Returning to these spaces meant revisiting memories, both for the crew and the cast. Every corner holds echoes of earlier seasons. The laughter of the kids huddled in the basement, the tense confrontations in the cabin, the quiet conversations illuminated by warm lamplight. Trujillo explains that the goal for Season 5 wasn't to reinvent these places, but to deepen them, to make them feel heavier with meaning, richer with history, and more connected to the final.
Throughout the video, still photographer Atsushi Nishijima captures breathtaking behind-the-scenes images that highlight the artistry of the sets. His photographs reveal textures and angles that viewers may never see on screen: the grain of a wooden door, the glint of dust particles in a sunbeam, the careful placement of an old coat on a hook. These stills underscore how much storytelling is embedded in the smallest of design choices. Every close-up reminds us that Stranger Things is built from countless details, each contributing to a cohesive, emotionally immersive world. The tour also showcases the collaborative spirit behind the show's production design. Trujillo acknowledges the immense effort of his team: carpenters, painters, set decorators, prop masters, graphic designers, and craft artisans who bring each environment to life piece by piece. Nothing exists by accident. The texture of a wall, the fade of a poster, the rust on a lamp, they are all intentional, all designed to tell a deeper story. For fans of filmmaking, this behind-the-scenes glimpse reveals just how much love and labor goes into building worlds that feel real enough to touch. As the camera lingers on the Wheeler basement one last time, it becomes clear why this space is so beloved. It represents childhood messy, hopeful, imaginative, and fearless. A place where flashlights became weapons, walkie-talkies became lifelines, and a group of friends became a family. Hopper's cabin, in contrast, reflects adulthood, hard-earned wisdom, protectiveness, emotional scars, and quiet recovery. Together, these sets symbolize the emotional arc of Stranger Things, from innocence to resilience, from mystery to destiny, from fear to courage. The tour concludes with Trujillo reflecting on what it means to design the final season of such a culturally impactful series. He describes the process as both daunting and deeply rewarding. There's a responsibility, he explains, to honor the world fans have loved while giving them something new to remember forever. Season 5 sets are not just backdrops, they are living, breathing pieces of storytelling. They carry the memories of past seasons and the emotional weight of the story's end. And as viewers prepare for the final chapter, these spaces invite them to step once more into Hawkins, a place where ordinary lives collide with extraordinary forces and where every corner hides a story waiting to be told.
In this exclusive look behind the scenes, Architectural Digest and Chris Trujillo reveal the invisible magic that transforms imagination into physical reality. What begins as sketches and inspiration boards becomes entire worlds: haunting forests, cozy homes, eerie basements, and quiet moments frozen in time. Through meticulous artistry and unwavering passion for storytelling, the team brings the spirit of Stranger Things to life one last time, giving fans a powerful reminder of why this series became a global phenomenon. Season 5 promises not just a finale, but a farewell built with love, history, and a deep understanding of the characters who made Hawkins unforgettable.